Well, I had one of those days where I had a few ideas in the morning, but before the market opened, you saw the SPY gapping down, and I just did the. Let's go to the SPY first, actually. The SPY was gapping down, which it did on August 21st. Yeah, August 21st, you had this green candle here, and then it gapped down. And really, I was watching it that morning, and I think I tried an early trade, and the market sold off longer than I thought it would, and it did eventually reverse, as you can see. But then today, on today's gap down, I just told everybody I'm not going to be taking an early trade. I just wanted to wait and see. So that was enough to keep me out of the market when, as I started to show you, AMBA was something I had on watch for members in the chat room. I mean, it had a big down day after several down days into the 200 days, some price support to the left. So this went on bounce watch. And then if I add today's candle there, look at that. And it met the parameters that I really like. It actually gapped down a little bit. Okay, see, right there is where it closed yesterday, and then it opened down here. And they bought it right up, and because I had already kind of predetermined I wanted to get a little feel for the market, I didn't get in this one. But anywhere in here with a low of day stop was the trade of the day. I mean, it went up well over $1 from there, and we did have members that take it, but I don't want to make this video and act like I called it. I was SOH, or sitting on my hands, for the first 30 minutes. It actually gave a nice pullback here to the 8-period moving average and gave a low risk entry there as well, and I just skillfully missed that also. So you know, it was on the radar, but this is one of those I didn't do anything with. I did take a high of day break on Expedia right here, which it had already run up about 15 minutes, so I took a quick scalp back to break even and stopped out here. Made a little bit of money there, but I did end the day red. I was basically in a tiny fashion green most of the day, you know, by a few sandwiches. But then I took one trade near the end of the day that put me into the red, and I said, you know what, guys, I'm just going to chalk this up as one of those days that's going to grind down lower. And as I said in the afternoon to everybody, I guarantee there's going to be some way better setups tomorrow morning at the open than there would be the afternoon when the SPY grinds down all day. I do want to show you Tiffany's, and my biggest not blunder, but my biggest miss of the day, if you will, okay? I was actually on the mic doing a Q&A at the time in the chat room when Stephen B., one of our all-stars, one of our moderators, pointed out, he said, hey, Tiffany's might be getting shape here, which you can see it grinding down and it's starting to get fast. So then it put in this candle, and I jumped on. Well, I was already on the mic doing a Q&A, and I said, you know what, Tiffany's really getting interesting now. And then like a dolt, I got sidetracked and didn't stick with this. But generally, and there's still the reason I'm showing it now. I didn't give a trigger and stop. Some people in chat took it because they're familiar with what our strategies and did it without me saying anything. But this is a good trading lesson. Whenever you're getting shape and then you really start to get shape to the downside, where you get that shape change, and I kind of show you what I'm talking about here. You can see this thing loosely connecting the candles, right? And then you can see the shape change right here. Okay, whenever you have it, a stock like that, and then you've got several 5-minute candles in a row down, and then you get that long 5 on bigger volume. What I like to do, and most people in chat know this unless they're brand new, I like to switch to 2-minute candles and look for a reversal. So here you go. Here's 2-minute candles. Look at that little bottoming tail there. To play it like that would have been 79.33 with a 79.08 stop. And look at this, 79.33 went up almost $2 from there. And so that's it actually went up $1.99 from there. But I mean, you were never underwater after taking it, and that's why I called myself a dolt, because I was all over it. Stephen B. put it on my radar and missed it. But you can't dwell on stuff like that. If you asked me, if you were to call me on the phone and say, well, why didn't you switch to 2s and call that for everybody and take the trade? It's one of those deals. I have no answer. I don't know why. But there's still a good charting lesson right there. Beautiful bounce in Tiffany's. And some guys in chat got it and did really well. But again, I don't mean to show that and say, hey, look what we called. Geez, I think that's about it. It was just a lackluster day. Still, we had a great day yesterday, and we'll have many, many good trades later this week. Real quick, I'll just show you the SPY. It just was in a grind down all day long. Certainly a day to be short. After the gap down, it rallied up nicely, and then if you look at it here, little bounce, think it's going to roll over, then it starts to head up right about here, but it was lunchtime. You start to think, hey, this might get through the high of the day, and then it just kept, every time it gets to that 20 period moving average, just rejected each time. So back to the daily, it's down below recent lows. It's at the 100-day. You can't see it on this chart. I can bring over my smaller chart here. It's at the 100-day now. Who knows what to expect tomorrow, but tonight I'll be building a list of stocks that should be decent to watch at the open tomorrow. And I'll just leave it at that. Lackluster day here, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow.